It's more confusing than Inception, harder than an erection. It's cooler than Andre 3000. Oh, let's get ready for Sweet Connection.
Hello and welcome to Sweet Connection. I'm your host, Catters. Shall I do that again? We have no second takes on this show, Jason. But I'm just going to proceed as if you didn't interrupt me when you quite clearly knew I was about to introduce the show. Hello and welcome to Sweet Connection. I'm your host, Gareth. With me today, Jason Lewis. Now you can speak.
You're a little bit on edge today, aren't you? You're not very happy.
You're early.
I'm early.
I haven't got any of this shit.
I made a very shit cup of tea, and I interrupted you. I'm surprised you haven't told me off yet. Sent me outside the room for 10 minutes or something. Go sit on the stairs. I'll show you what you've done.
The naughty step. Do you have a naughty step for Arthur?
No.
Or just throw him in a cupboard? We have the naughty cupboard.
No, it doesn't respond well to that yet. The cupboard. The step, I don't know yet. What about you, Laura?
If I had the power to send her to the naughty step, believe me, I would.
But she has the power to send you.
But I don't, so there we go. Anyway, how have you been?
All right, yeah. I'm all right. Not too bad. My legs are in pain again. Still.
In pain?
Yeah. I think I've got shin splints still.
From what, football?
And squash and all round being generally active like I am every day. Other than that, I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
You shaved your head again.
Yeah, well, I had a fancy dress thing that I did over the weekend. The work thing, Jason. Oh. You don't work with me.
No, fuck for that. I'm just seeing you every day. Christ.
It's bad enough seeing me once every 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. So great, here we go. I've got to share a room with you in a couple of weeks.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course, the old watching the squash. So what have you been up to since I last saw you?
When did I last see you?
That'll be the brunch, but we'll get to that.
I've worked hard, played less hard, rested most.
This tea that you've made me is
the worst
fucking dreadful.
Yeah.
Because
you use shit tea bags, and I used the instant boiling water tap, and also got distracted when putting the milk in.
That is actually fucking vile. But
I often make a really good cup of tea. My cup of teas are 9 out of 10 level, but this fair play is about a 2 out of 10. And that's being generous. It only gets to level 2 because I put it in a cup.
You just poured it on the side.
Yeah.
Be like, Ben, just lap this up like a cat.
Spillage is lickage. But yeah, no, it's fucking awful. I do apologise.
That's okay. So what have you been up to?
Since then? Not a lot, really. I've worked.
Yeah.
I've played football, which we'll get on to.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Been hungover, which we'll get on to.
We'll get to that.
Me and you made pizza, I think, since the brunch and today. No,
that was before, wasn't it? Have we talked about us making pizza? When was that? Because that wasn't the weekend of the brunch, or was it? No, it must have been before.
Was it before? Or was it after? I don't know. It must have been a couple of days before. Either way, we made pizzas.
We did make pizzas.
Yeah.
In the pizza oven.
Yeah.
Where did you find them?
That was good, wasn't it? That was really good. Yeah, we should do that again.
We will do that again.
Yeah, maybe we should put other stuff in there, I don't know, calzones.
Hot dogs. Or
it was a pizza oven, so
No. We'll put anything we want in there.
Chickens.
Yeah, just put a live chicken in there.
Yeah, human remains.
Close the door. Well, that's probably what the previous owner was using it for, but there we go.
No, they're swingers, not murderers.
I'm not sure which one's better, but
how does it feel knowing that the room that we spend most evenings in is probably full of semen, and neither of ours? Well,
speak for yourself.
Yeah.
So, of course, obviously, me and you went on a bottomless brunch.
Just going to brush over that question, are you?
Yep.
About semen? Okay.
No, we're moving on, Jason. We did a bottomless brunch.
We did do a bottomless brunch. I think we did pretty well.
Yes, do you want to talk?
Yeah, so a local pub, only about 10 minutes down the road from you, isn't it? Not even that, 10-minute walk. Do a bottomless brunch on every Saturday. We both had a full English, which I must say
was very nice.
It was a very gourmet full English, weren't it?
Yeah,
and it was.
Yeah, but not in a bad way.
No,
the phrase "gourmet full English" sounds a bit wanky,
poncy,
but it was actually.
This was
nice.
Really high-end quality.
Yeah.
We both tried black pudding for one of the first times.
Yeah.
It was the second time ever for me, and first time
for me, and for a foodstuff that is made completely from the congealed blood of a dying animal.
Not bad, is it?
It's not bad.
7 out of 10.
It doesn't taste of much. It tastes a bit
crispy. It tastes of crispy. That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah, which is not a bad thing because I like crispy stuff.
But less about the food. We got absolutely fucked, couldn't we?
Well, one of us got absolutely fucked.
Yeah, well,
so
we'll move on to that.
So although to be fair, because when Laura and her friends went, because it's an hour and a half, allegedly, of when you get unlimited cocktails that are part of the package. And they had 6 each.
In an hour and a half.
And I thought we'd smash that and be getting 8, 9, 10. But to be fair, when we walked in, they didn't even serve us for about 10 minutes.
No, and also we didn't get the hour and a half, did we? They gave us an hour. They chopped off half an hour from us, didn't they?
No, an hour and a quarter, because last orders was at...
Oh, that's it. There was some confusion, weren't there? We didn't get the full hour and a half.
No, I'm not sure how they managed that, because our booking was for 1:45, which would make sense that it would end at 2:15. 2. Yeah, 2.
But they said last orders at 2:45. It said
at 2:45, and it would end at 2. But I don't want to make too much of a fuss about that because the service was quite nice, and we were chatting with.
Yeah.
So, out of the cocktails you tried, talk us through them. Our favourite one was the Tom Collins.
That was really good, wasn't it?
In fact, I've been making Tom Collins's.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to.
Slightly different though, because they Laura's gin is a strawberry gin with all the same ingredients. So I made sugar syrup.
Yeah.
I literally got some lemons and made lemon juice.
Nice.
And it's that soda water you can buy from Morrison's.
Yeah.
And then you use the gin. So I do want to get some plain gin and see if we can literally recreate the yellowy Tom Collins.
So we'll have a Tom Collins and pizza over night. Is what I'm hearing here.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Right, bear with me. I'm just trying to find the drinks again because it was a while.
Tom Collins, we had.
We enjoyed that the most. It was very nice and lemony.
We had the
gin, wasn't it? Sex on the Beach. That was good.
Yeah.
We skipped Prosecco, didn't we?
Well, yeah, because we were running out of time.
Yeah.
And that's not a cocktail, is it?
No. We didn't have any of the beers. Here we go. So we had Aperol Spritz. That was all right. It wasn't amazing, bad. Wasn't it? No. Sex on the Beach, I thought was amazing. Tom Collins, I thought was great. Ginopolitan, I really liked the glass it was in. That was all right, weren't it? We had the Bee's Knees.
Yeah, but that was just. I know. Oh wait, so that was a Cosmopolitan just for gin. Yeah. And then we had just a gin, just like a normal gin.
Yeah, gin,
glass,
and that's it. Yeah,
that wasn't so nice. We had to power through that.
Yeah, the Bee's Knees was nice.
Oh, the Bee's Knees.
Bee's Knees was really good. But I think Tom Collins was the best, wasn't it? Then it was the Bee's Knees, Sex on the Beach, Ginopolitan, normal gin and mixer, and the Aperol Spritz for me.
Yeah, it wasn't so much.
I think that was the order went in.
But
I think, what was it, 2 drinks in, I already was slower on my words.
No, you weren't that bad.
Honestly, though, thinking back, I can't remember walking home.
The walking home bit was a bit worse because...
It was a bit hazy, weren't it?
Yeah, so obviously let's get to the most important
thing. But the only reason why is because the waitress that we had was teasing us, weren't she? That's the easiest way to say it. She was egging us on and teasing us at the same time.
Yeah.
What was it called? It's called a Tokyo iced tea, wasn't it?
Yes.
That she threatened us with. Said, I'd really like to make you this, but I can't.
Because it had 6 shots in, and it wasn't a very big drink anyway.
No.
It was just a normal cocktail, but it happened to have 6 shots of various
and
spirits.
It was like fluorescent green in colour.
It looked like fucking toxic
highlighter,
waste.
Didn't it? Yeah.
Like toxic waste. And she showed us a picture and was just like, this is the drink you want.
And then she even got other colleagues involved, didn't she? She was like, oh yeah, they can't have that.
But I can't serve it to you. And then the manager happened to walk by and he joined in the conversation about it. And after saying, well, you can't show us this drink and not. Now we're curious.
We put balls on the table, literally.
Balls on the table.
And said, we'll have 2.
And he said, you know what? They've eaten... Because I think that the reason she didn't want to was that she said she served these drinks to a couple of young guys and they got really drunk. And when they left the pub, they broke a chair.
Yeah, they fell over a chair and broke it.
Fell over a chair or broke it. And
which
so
sounds like something that I would do, and I'd really like to see that. But okay.
But we convinced them, and the manager said, you know what, it's fine. You know, they are bigger guys.
They were quite cheap, those drinks as well, weren't they? I think they were £6 for that drink.
£8.
So yeah, basically just over £1 per shot. Really,
essentially, yeah. So, and see, that drink, because we had already got past the point where it was free.
Taste wasn't important.
we could take our time with this one because we were
Yeah.
paying for it. There was no time limit. It was a slog, wasn't it?
Yeah, you done yours quicker than me, obviously.
Yeah, I was just trying to get through it.
Yeah, I thought it tasted quite nice though. It was emission, but it tasted quite nice.
Now,
thought.
I think it tasted nice initially, but I think there were certain layers to it.
I'd have another one. I think, if
I'm going to the Mariners on Sunday with Laura just for a meal.
Oh, nice.
I'm not going to have one of those though. I'm not fucking mental.
Next year when we do our Fancy Dress Sparkle, I'm assuming we're going to start it from here again. So that's on the
I
Barkle.
would very much like that.
And I will have one. I'll have one of them.
Jay,
on the
are you
Barkle.
sure that's a good idea?
No, but I'll do it anyway.
All right, we'll see about that.
Because that'll be the second pub in, so we'll be fine. And then it's a long walk to the next pub. But then the next pub, there's 3 in a row, really close to each other.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, we'll have to see about that. But then, so we had that, and then I felt, tipsy, but not too bad. You were...
As soon as the fresh air hit me.
I think you thought you looked more drunk than you were. In the pub, right? So we paid up, we said goodbye, we said thanks, blah, blah, blah. And then we purposely walked out as straight as we could.
First door, yeah.
And we got the first door, and then when the fresh air hit us, I've got to say, even myself, I was feeling a little bit...
You were trying to be calm and collected, I was fucked.
You were swerving a bit across...
The problem is as well, as soon as you come out of the pub, there's the road, there's actually no path. So you are literally just walking into the road. That was an interesting... I said I don't really remember walking back here. But the highlight of it all was our plan was to get proper on it all day. Because this is, bear in mind, this is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
We're really shit-faced. And the plan was to keep drinking, go out at the night and pretend we were young.
I didn't think that we planned to go out. I never planned to go out.
You said we were going to go to the seafront and everything.
Did I? Oh, fucking hell.
Maybe that was after the Tokyo.
I said a lot of things there. But then what happened because
we're old.
Although we're young, we are old souls. So we got back. We still kept on drinking. We're drinking beer. We were chatting, watching TV, all good laugh and
watching
stuff.
The Simpsons. That's how young.
Watching The Simpsons and Family Guy, and then at about 5 o'clock. So again, this is still another 2.5 hours of drinking beer, and the spirits you brought, and we just
got still here, by the way.
Yes, it's still here, so that's fine. I haven't touched it, I promise you.
It's nice.
So I know, but I haven't touched it. But, and then about 5, 6 o'clock, I noticed that you were just falling asleep on the sofa.
I couldn't keep my eyes open. I could feel it coming.
And you just happened to drift off slowly. And I was just like, this is a good opportunity for me to have a little... I never nap during the day. It's only when I've been drinking. I was like, you know what? He's got the right idea. So I fell asleep. We literally fell asleep on the sofa together.
It's like Friends, wasn't it? When Joey and Ross went napping together. And the amazing thing is...
We didn't get under the blanket or anything.
Well, I wish we did. The amazing thing was I must have woke up about 10 minutes later because I could hear you snoring. And in my head I was like, he doesn't know I've fallen asleep. And now he's snoring his head off. I'm going to get some sleep as well.
Both had the same way.
So we had a lovely little nap in the middle of the afternoon.
We did, but and I'm not sure how long that lasted for. But probably wasn't
Not
that
even an
long.
hour.
Probably 45 minutes. But then, to be fair, when we woke up, I did feel a lot better.
I felt a
lot more refreshed. So we did that. We had some pizza, not the pizza.
Some more pizza.
I had some more pizza, and then of course, what was unexpected that was Laura's hen do.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So Laura, I'd dropped Laura off in Ipswich, and then basically got lost in Ipswich for a good 15 minutes trying to come back because I was just caught in the one-way system, just going round and round because my sat nav was bad and I've got a very poor sense of direction. So eventually, I managed to get myself home, and she had been shipped off to Norwich on the train with her friends from work. Thankfully, she got a lift from Ipswich train station back to here, and she was the most drunk I've ever seen her.
That was so funny.
I've been with Laura 9 years, coming up 9 years. This week, actually, Thursday, 9 years. The drunkest I've ever seen her. It was hilarious. But to be fair, she was being force-fed 70% shots that people were buying her and stuff. And she got back, and I could tell from the first syllable she uttered because she was speaking very high-pitched for her.
Oh, so high-pitched.
She was about 3 octaves higher.
She was setting off the neighbours' dogs.
Yeah, she was. There were fucking windows just breaking. And she was talking in that kind of breathy, blustery way where it's just like, hey. And then she was just like, get me a drink. And I was like, I'll get you a gin, against my better judgment. I'll get you a gin. And then she's like, get me some food. And I was like, I'll get you some food. So I made her some food. You know.
Chicken Kios, yeah.
Yeah, did I not? Then me you and her, and I think by that point, well, even if I'd wanted to go out, and actually some of my mates from work did ask me whether I was going out.
But they're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
I was just like, I can't leave Laura like this. Nor did I want to, because frankly I couldn't be asked by that point.
We gave up by that point.
We were, we were drinking for, half the fucking day.
Yeah.
So then you and her just stayed up late and drank, and you stayed over.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you find your sleep?
Yeah, it was right. It was a bit chilly, but I like a cold room.
Okay. Was it really chilly, was it?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's right. I like a cold room anyway. You can snuggle up. But yeah, it was lovely. It was lovely. And then
in the morning,
a whole day of drinking. I obviously the fun joke that we go off week by week is in my Sunday League football team. I've been dropped from the squad because of poor performances, I guess we'll say. But the Sunday after our drinking session was my first game back. They wanted me to play because it was a cup game. I had the cup game to give myself a chance, and I thought I'd be severely hungover, but that nap really
powered you
out,
through.
and that McDonald's breakfast as well.
We had a lovely McDonald's breakfast in your car.
Didn't
that
prep
was
well for the. If you think about how sports people prepare for an event, and then you got me preparing for a Sunday League game, absolutely trash the day before, then a McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah. But then, because I went with you to watch you play, I gave you a world-class warm-up.
Yeah, which I'd done the next week, which you weren't there for, which was... I'll tell you again.
Was it that
game? Was it that game? Yeah, anyway, so the game you come to...
I was surprised by several things, because traditionally in England, Sunday League football is basically just pissed up, 18 stone, 250 pound drunk men just kicking the shit out of each other. It's not the same standard as like Saturday football, which is normally where you get people who take it more seriously.
Yeah.
So I thought this was just going to be an absolute slugfest, basically like glorified rugby. But I was very surprised with the standard. There's actually a lot of some real good passes of play from both teams.
Yeah. It was actually a very good game, and I had a bit of a weldy.
You did you did let 2 goals in, but
1,
2.
What must have been the next game? I conceded 1.
So you won 4-2, which is good. So I saw you win.
And
I've got to say, of those 2 goals, the first one definitely wasn't your fault, because that just came in at a corner. And someone just volleyed it as hard as they could from about 8 yards out, and you didn't have time to react. So I was like, "That's fine.
That was an incredible goal.
That's not your fault." Second goal, you sort of got lobbed, but in a 50-50 position where you sort of had to run out to get the ball, and he just flipped it up in front of you. That's not too much. But then you were making some good saves.
So the score was at 3-2.
Yeah.
And we conceded a penalty.
You did.
I didn't. My defender did. Which, still looking back, wasn't a penalty. The player
we'll have to see on the replay.
And your boy here saved it.
Yeah.
Saved the penalty and caught, held on to it as well. Didn't power it out or anything. So that was big. And then we went up the other end and scored.
Yeah.
Still didn't get man of the match.
Yeah.
No. And then the next game afterwards, so because of that game, I played really well. The next week afterwards, I played in again, done some really good saves, and we won again. So, coming on to Sunday just gone, I was back in the squad again for that game. So, 3 games in a row. We lost 7-3 and I scored an own goal.
How did you score an own goal? So, did you just throw it into your net?
Sort of. So, Sunday gone. Do you remember the weather? The weather was horrific, wasn't it? It was...
Oh, it was like...
gale force winds and rain and that sort of stuff. First half, the wind was in our favour. I even took a drop kick and it went out for a goal kick the other end. It went all the way down.
Jeez.
So, I took that in mind and kept going for a goal afterwards, so didn't score. We're 2-1 up at half time. Made a couple of good saves. Their goal, a bit similar to the one where I was lobbed because I had to rush out something, but he went round me.
Yeah, that's just
and then
part of it.
Second half started and our team just collapsed. We couldn't put 2 passes together. They scored pretty early on, 25 yards, top corner. Nothing I could do about it. So it's
you could have saved it.
So
you could have used your hands to block the ball. That's what I'd have done.
So it's now 2-2. Wind is against us. So it's really bad. They have an in-swinging corner. I come out to about the edge of the 6-yard box to come and collect it.
Yeah.
But the wind takes it midair back towards the goal.
Yeah.
So I'm now sort of scrambling to get back, try and catch it and claw it kind of thing or punch it.
Did you claw it into your own net?
I ended up clawing it into my own net. So we were 3-2 down. Then I still made some really good saves.
Okay.
like later on in the game, I'd done a double save and all these sorts of bits and pieces. One that went anyway. Then they kept scoring because our defence, our midfield collapsed. I don't know if I'll be back in the squad after that. So it was a good run whilst it lasted.
Yeah. Well, the other news is that me and you might be doing the commentary on the highlights, because I checked out their YouTube channel and it's actually really quite high value production level for the highlights.
So it's just we're lacking a commentary. I'd done the commentary on my own a couple of weeks ago and it seemed to have gone down quite well. Yeah. We've obviously got an audio set, and with football commentary, it's better with two people.
It's much better, so you can bounce it off.
Yeah, so hopefully...
I said I'd be more than happy to record the audio if they send us the highlights, and then we can do it here.
And we're still waiting.
But
apparently it should be this week, and it's the first game that I was dropped for, so this is going back like 2 months now. We're about 4 or 5 games behind. So we'll do a few games without me in the team, which I think would be better.
Yeah, I think that'd be better.
And then obviously I'll be back in the team and we'll do my penalty save.
But then maybe if it is well received, maybe the guy who edits the things might try to pump it out a bit quicker just so we catch up. And then we can literally do it
all the videos in one hit. And
or just like 1 week at a time. It doesn't matter, but I'd be willing to do it. If
you're happy to do it, then we'll be the next... We'll be the next Andy Gray and Martin Tyler. Andy Gray, the disgraced sex pervert, and I'll be Martin Tyler, the much-loved legend. I think that'll be fine.
That's good. But speaking of your penalty save, I know that you've seen this because you commented it on Twitter. But when I was looking at your football team's Twitter page, they did a video of you saving your penalty. They put some sort of comment saying, "Fantastic save by you," which I'd say that was a real good save.
A penalty, the striker's supposed to score, and if you take a penalty and the keeper dives and manages to hold on to it, that's a good save in my opinion.
But of course, some other football team,
dickheads,
Ipswich Valley Exiles, just said, "There's more of a poor pen than a great save." They should have said, "That's more of a poor pen than a great save." Keeper literally just lays down and it's rolled to him. I completely disagree. I was there. The actual video that they sent, obviously that's from a bit further away.
Yeah, the video camera was really far away.
So I wouldn't say... I mean, it wasn't a fantastic penalty.
It wasn't in the corner, no,
But it wasn't far enough from the corner that it was a real bad penalty. It isn't like he hit it 2 yards from the centre.
It wasn't straight down the middle because I was full stretch.
Yeah.
And got there.
I think they're wrong, so they can...
But yeah, what was my reply?
You just said, "Don't be hurting my feelings like that," with a broken heart emoji.
So what was the team name?
Ipswich Valley Exiles.
Ipswich Valley Exiles can go fuck themselves.
Sweet connection telling you to go and fuck yourself.
That's good. I'm happy with that. So, what else has happened?
That was my moment.
Oh, big news in the local area. Have you heard about the Flasher?
Yes.
The
Flasher.
Flasher. Who he is? He lives literally over there.
Yeah, do you know who he is, though? Do you remember him from school?
I don't remember. He's a bit younger than us.
Yeah, he's from my school.
He's a bit younger than us. He's 22, we're 26. A bit younger than us. But
I'm almost certain, when we were in sixth form, I'd done football coaching.
Yes.
I'm almost certain it was either him or his little brother was in my team. That was one of my students.
Oh.
I think it was him. Well, how old are we?
4 years younger.
So we were in year 12 and they were in... Yeah, it was him.
So you'd have been...
Because it's 4 years, because I coached the year 8 team and we were in year 12. So
that would have made sense. Yeah. So maybe that's where he learned it all from. So basically, there was a story in the newspaper that... Was it last year? Or was it a couple of... No, it was
before the first lockdown, I think, wasn't it?
No, it was...
Or was it in between the first and second lockdown?
It was either August... I think it was August 2019, right?
Oh, Christ.
This guy, who, in the paper, they actually named him full name and his road, which I thought was pretty savage. Apparently he was flashing women. He did 6 women in a mad 10-day bender.
Yeah.
So these 6 occasions where he flashed as stalked, allegedly, or not allegedly, because he
followed one home.
Because he has pleaded guilty. Over a 10-day period in some of our local parks, he was in the papers again saying he has pleaded guilty. Obviously, in the era of Facebook and stuff, and there were several statuses where family members were defending him, which seemed a bit much because literally he's admitted it, and also he was identified by 5 separate women.
Right.
So that seems. I mean, again, innocent until proven guilty.
Do you remember
When
when
it
we done
seems-
that big bike ride?
Yeah.
And we were at that pub in Trinity where we had the all-day brunch. There was that fight that happened outside, and there was
Oh yeah,
that was him.
Was it?
Yeah, that's him. And he had his top off. Well, it's not being flasher, but maybe he had his top off. That's him. Yeah, that's him.
And then also, what I thought was weird is that he pled guilty to like 5 counts of flashing or whatever, and then 2 counts of attempted flashing or something like that. And I was like,
Do you reckon his zip got
that's what I was thinking. Is it because if you're gonna flash, you either go classic trench coat or you go for some Velcro, like
or you just pull your
strippers.
shorts out.
Strippers,
Yeah.
like trousers, where you go. But then it's quite hard to get on. So,
Also, what's the end goal from there? Like, does he think
I don't
if
know.
I get my willy out, they're going to play with it or
I
something?
don't know, but he's in a relationship, and
How long do you reckon you get for flashing?
I'm not sure
2 years?
if this is true, but because he is being charged with allegedly flashing and some stalking, if he had pled not guilty and was found to be guilty, then the maximum he could get is like 15 years. But I'm not even sure if that's true or not, because that seemed a bit much for a bit of light flashing. But I don't. Yeah, it's just.
Do you remember, speaking about crimes, do you remember there was that shooting a couple of years ago? Shotgun to the face,
Yeah.
kid stole his granddad's. He got sentenced the other day, 24 years for attempted murder.
Yeah,
Mad, isn't it?
because
You
he
get
shot
the same fault killing them.
because he shot one of his classmates in the face with
In
a
the face
shotgun.
from point blank and it didn't
Yeah.
die. Okay, I don't think it was a proper...
No, that was definitely a real shotgun. I mean, his face was all messed up, but
Oh.
I'm guessing it was filled with birdshot, which is basically like lots of little tiny balls, which obviously used to shoot birds and stuff. So that, obviously,
yeah, it's probably from clay pigeon shooting that shotgun.
so it isn't one giant bullet, because one giant bullet to the face, you are dead.
Yeah.
So, and it's a miracle he survived, because
Yeah.
even birdshot can kill you. But
wasn't it an argument over like?
it
gaming
was
or
something about Xbox or whatever.
Yeah,
Let's talk
but
about it.
he got
But,
sentenced for 24 years.
yeah, good. So we'll
My child,
very quickly.
my child. No, you think I'm going to slag him off? He is obsessed because he's only recently found out that he has a bum hole. He thought he just has a bum, but he found out that he has a bum hole. So he now asks everyone if they have a bum hole. So he's asked me a couple of times. Asked his mum. He's asked his grandparents. He's asked his teacher. He's asked his uncles, his aunties. Asked random strangers in the shop, "Do you have bum hole?" So yeah, I'll deal with that in a minute.
Good. Well, on that note, I think we're going to end
Bum
the show.
holes.
So,
Do you
I'd
have a
like to
bum hole,
say,
Ben?
I'm not going to answer that, Jason. I think it's very clear what the answer is. So I'm going to say thank you all for listening, and we will catch you next time.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
So, Jason, where can you get more Sweet Connection in your life?
Well, Ben, we are on Facebook at Sweet Connection Podcast, and we're also on Twitter at SweetC_podcast. So you can give us a like or a follow.
And you can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean. So if you enjoyed the show, you can give us a rating or a review or recommend to a friend.
And if you wanted to email in a topic or a question or just say hi, it's thesweetconnection@outlook.com.
Massive thanks to CIPP and Carlyle Laurent for all of our jingles. Thank you for listening and catch you next time.